Alright, let's try it. So I've been working on some quality of life changes. Nothing major, but still stuff that, well, I need to test and make sure it works. So I thought just a nice, short night stream, going through all that. Not too many features, but some interesting ones nonetheless. So, drop some enchanted ash onto obsidian. Because there's a few short ends. So for instance, crying obsidian is a big necessity in the pack. There's no way to naturally generate it. So instead, what we have now is you can throw the ash onto it, and beautiful, works perfectly. To create crying obsidian from normal obsidian, so that way you can find it more commonly in the overworld. We do have to set up some multi-block structures, and then I also have some new trimmed gear, which would probably be better off just fully clearing, starting from scratch. And I also kind of like to look for typos, but that's a headache in itself. I don't know if at some point I should add in tooltips for all the miscellaneous items. Given the number there is, I feel like I don't need to. Slash, I don't want to. Right, yeah, so rare foods. Yeah, these are the descriptors. God, there's so much going on that I really forget aspects of the pack. Alright, and turtle armor is another thing we have to end up crafting. But we need to make 2 of the multi-block structures, so we need soul campfire. How do you... That's actually... Soul campfire, how do you make it? Soul sand. There's no way in the overworld that gens it, but then again, it's not that hard to find it in the overworld. I did add... Did I add a different recipe? Is this my recipe? I can't remember. I feel like I added another way. Why? I have the files up. It's the only recipe I've added. Yeah, a lantern and torch to craft one. Because how else do you normally get soul lanterns? Either way, they're useful in the pack, so that's what we ended up doing. Need amethyst, crying obsidian, which is a big one. Where is it placed in the achievements? Alright, because you want it for both this, the rock crusher, and the enchanted crucible. So as long as you get the ash, which you should find by doing random stuff, you should be fine. Alright, campfire, and it's walls, I think. I'm also tempted to cut this out of the recipe as well. I think it's walls around the campfire. Place a soul campfire surrounded across many walls, and then another cross of any walls. The idea was to make it look nice, but, well, I don't really think it's necessary. Cool. Especially when there's a cave right underneath us. Walls, amethyst, and then the crying obsidian. And then that's the crucible. Walls kind of make sense. Maybe change it to a different block. Alright, and then in here we want to do this. The enchanted compass. Combine a knowledge fragment and a recovery compass and enchanted crucible. This enchanted compass is capable of teleporting the player to an affinity pot if there is one nearby. And then it should have a tooltip on itself. Oh, that's not time, that is because the weather is bad. We want knowledge fragments and we want a recovery compass. It should just be 1 and 1. We got it, but is it enchanted? I can't tell if that's glowing. Is that glowing? Is it very slight? Yeah. Okay, so when thrown, attempts to teleport the closest player to an affinity pot, single use. Now, balancing-wise, I don't know if this is correct. Basically, it's going to delete itself if there's no pot nearby, but luckily there is. You know what? I should have made duplicates of it. Right? So, the balancing side of it is you can now straight away get to a pot. You don't have to explore, you don't have to find. Also, I should either give myself night vision or always carry torches. This is a throwaway world, so I don't mind about lighting it up. Right, so you have to go to the ancient city, have to get echo shards, have to then make a recovery compass, have the enchanted crucible, and then you can get these on demand. I feel like that's decent. Because they are definitely going to be hard to find. Even with the message. I mean, I suppose I could ping the coordinates for you when you get the message, but I feel like that would be giving too much away. Because I want things in the pack to be easy overall, right? I don't want anything to be a grind or a struggle. Because to me, that takes the fun out of it. Yeah, there's definitely stuff you want to farm, but they're fun farms, right? The hearts, which are used for a lot of the crafting, shouldn't need to be. So for instance, in making spellbooks, the main farm you really want is a glow squid farm, because you will need a ton of infused paper and glow squid ink. So I don't want hearts to be the real issue there. So I do want, you know, quality of life stuff like this. But as long as there's no pots, this shouldn't take us anywhere. And that's what we really want to test, because it should just delete itself, and there is another pot. Yeah, so now that there's no pot, it doesn't teleport us. I suppose I can prompt a message and say there is no nearby pot. The recovery compass has been consumed. Or I could just make it not work if there's no pot nearby. That's the decision to make. But I do like the design of them. They look kind of nifty. I also increased the message range. So you can see mobs use their abilities a lot more, even if you're not necessarily in the range of the abilities. Yeah, this one was almost directly below the previous one. We'll think about it for a little bit. There's some other stuff. So now we also have this reinforcing trimmed armor. Another use for the furnace we have to make. So they need all this junk. I always forget if it's deep slate or basalt. I think it's deep slate. Ugh, no, it bugs me too much. You can have them facing anyway, but I like neatness. It just looks better overall. Okay, so what we can do is we can take a piece of trimmed armor and upgrade it further. So for instance, we just do sentinel plating and what's that color I haven't done? We'll do diamond. No, diamond already exists. We'll do, I think, glowing sack is one. Could be interesting. Right? Yeah. We want a full set of armor. So do I have a tape? Yes, I do. We'll go netherite. So we can upgrade this. And then hopefully this works. I don't know why I keep... Force of habit. I just delete blocks and I'm done using them. Really don't need to. Okay, so... Reinforcing trimmed armor. Throw a piece of trimmed armor and a netherite upgrade. Smithing template. God, I hate that. That is such a terrible name for an item. Right? Netherite upgrade pattern is already better. Netherite pattern? Netherite template? I don't know. It doesn't need 4 huge words. Into the center of a deep slate furnace to enhance its material attributes. That is weird phrasing as well. Replacing its current pattern. So what this should do is we have this helmet for now. We throw that and that. I think I made it delete the wrong item. Let's try again. Yeah, okay. That's my bad. I reversed it. I think I either didn't put the exclamation mark or put the exclamation mark. That's why I want to test. I hate that the music just cuts out. Oh, annoying. Functions, mobs, items, crafting, deep slate furnace. Need the recipes, I need the check, and then I need the trim. Okay, so data modify at S, it adds the pattern, that's fine. And then it destroys the item with the trim, rather than the item without the trim. Which is also a headache, because I think I pasted that in a bunch of places without thinking. That's annoying. Right. We have a better way to edit it. With a proper, what are they called? Development environment? Something DE. So I don't like using it overall. Only ever use it for mass edits. MET equals God. Item, 2 brackets, then tag, 2 brackets, then trim, then 2 brackets. Yeah, there we go. And I am, in all instances, deleting the trimmed item. So change that. Replace all. And hopefully I didn't break a bunch of stuff in the pack. Okay. Now, we throw them. That sounds better. Yeah, so now it says half plating. And how to explain it? Like the material, you can see is more encompassing on the helmet. You know what? We should have the 3 tiers. Really don't need this junk. Right, so it goes from just like normal trim pattern to this, which is half plating. And then we can take that and we can do it again. What that does, which I think is probably the coolest aspect, is fully color codes it. Right, so you can have proper colored armor. And for instance, like the redstone looks really good because it's like crimson armor. You do the same thing for all the other pieces. I was actually meant to check the half and make sure it looks right. But what I want to do is mess with the attributes on it as well. Problem is, I don't know how much to increase it. So for instance, this has the, what is it, glowing sack? Yeah, which gives attack damage, attack speed, and movement speed. So I think it's 3% per plus. So for instance, if we were to take out, say, redstone. All right. Where's the sentinel? There we are. This is just attack speed 3. So this should be giving 9%, but just in attack speed versus this, which gives 3% attack speed, 3% attack damage, 3% movement speed. Question is, oh, did I not do the boots? Is how much do we want to increase that by? So I don't want to get it too insane. Can't just have it double each time. Because the tooltip says, also the advancements aren't granting, that's bad. Why are they not granting? Crafting, deep slate furnace, half trim, full trim, because I didn't set them. That's my bad. I need to look at the achievements. Runechant advancements. Okay, so you have to have the beginning branch unlocked. Then you need the deep slate furnace unlocked. And then the ones it grants is full plating. And half plating. They've all Make sure it works. Right, so half. And then full. So there's a few ways I can do it. I can either make it multiply all your stats by 5%. I don't know how exactly that works with negatives. Because, so basically, every pattern has a special ability, right? So I just want this to be a huge attribute bonus, but I want it to take the negative attributes and make them worse as well, right? So you're getting full benefit. So for instance, there's also a reason to use only the half plating rather than the full plating. Then, for instance, if you have like a negative 3%, it only is negative 4.5 instead of like negative 6 or however I want to do it. So I probably just want to copy the attribute table as a whole. The other thing I did mess with was the leather trimming. So we do want to figure that out. So I need an iron nail, leather, and fleece. So give me a sheep. Give me a sniffer? No. Just give me a cow. I think cow was the one we did last time anyway. Full plating, full stats. Alright, sword. Well, give me a leather. And I mean special leather. All the shards. There we go. Better leather. And then now sheep for fleece. Oh, straight away. Okay, and then we need an iron nail, which means we need ancient debris. And some iron nuggets. If I could aim. Was it Shift Q? No. Control Q? Yeah, there we go, for the stack. Alright. Those iron nails, fleece, leather, and then a trimmed piece of equipment. Might as well use something else, and then also a fletching table. And you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Takes a few seconds, but we get cowhide. But the important thing is that it's still working. Cool. I don't know why. The just netherite straight color difference. Does look nice. And there's some good color combos. Because we did add all the different materials too. Let's see what it looks like. But then you also have the consumption of the netherite upgrade templates, which I guess makes it nice and costly. Okay. Not consume or to display message. I think I'm just going to have a display message. Functions, mob, items, special, enchanted compass. So all we have to do is execute unless entity I could also give it a range, I suppose. So you have to craft a bunch of them if you want to use them to hunt. Yeah. Make it like a 64 block. So there has to be one in 64 blocks. Now I need my towel raw. I can just snag from difficulties. Step there in player, misc, difficulty box. Now raw at P. Do I make it green or do I make it red? There is no infinity pots within 64 blocks of your location. I give it a hover message. That's a good question as well. Probably should. Oh, there's one that spawned. So we can actually try this out. Execute unless there is no affinity point within 64 blocks of your location. I would kind of like it to tell the player. I guess there's no good way to do that. So we just delete the hover message. Yeah. So then you do have to dig down a little. See what range. Oh, there we got one. I don't want to make it too easy for the player. But I don't know if that feels good. 64 blocks. I just do, there is no affinity pots nearby. Leave it at that. Because the thing is, if you get the message and it spawns, then it is always going to be somewhere loaded. So you need to limit the distance range. Or just leave it be. Because again, you have to go get the echo shards. I could increase the amount of fragments you need for it. That could also work. I hate doing odd numbers. So I either do a single item or a full stack. I don't want to do a full stack because then that makes it way too costly. Leave it be. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do was turtle armor. So similar to how we make the turtle shield. Then you look at the recipe of that. Crafting, fletching table, turtle shell shield. The problem is that just looks for any shield. I'd have to use the same principle again where you need trimmed armor. I think it's just turtle shell. Yeah, protective plating. Might as well see what the full set looks like. Never actually gotten it. That one. That one. Yeah, it's kind of alright. I don't think I've done the effect for it either. That's not too hard. I like the boots and how high they go. But it kinda... I don't know. Feels like there should be more gaps in it so you can see armor. Maybe get rid of the shoulders. I mean, I can edit the model as we go. I'm just worried about the crafting. So it should probably be the same method. You throw trimmed armor onto a fletching table with turtle shells. The question is, how many do I make the player use? It's one. Where is it? Ah, yeah. Okay, so we look for an item that's trimmed, and then we match the other pieces. I suppose we'd kind of like to make the crafting harder. You look at what other items we can throw into the mix. So, turtle shell, definite. What else to bind it to the armor? Bones? I haven't really used the bones for much. I mean, fleece, nails, and string makes sense. Was it even string? I don't think it was string. Spider silk and turtle shell, I think could make sense. Oh, actually, the other thing that just occurred to me: rabbits should have a improved drop table for their feet. Back here. Come on. Drop your foots. And we can move on. There we go. Yeah, perfect. The rabbit feet now give luck, which is impactful for the pack, because everything is controlled by luck. You can stick in your offhand and gain some bonus luck. Alright, so that works. I deleted the pledging table from before, didn't I? Yeah. Let's get some spider silk. Mainly because it saves me looking it up. Ooh, not rabbits. Should probably give myself strength. Just to make this a little bit easier. We're looking for string that goes the other way. There we are. It'll be one spider silk and one turtle shell, I guess. Make the armor. I grabbed my sword, didn't I? Alright, little guy. I need these. And my inventory is cluttered again. So throw this and that and a piece of trimmed armor to turn into this protective armor. There we go. We copy this recipe over. We're looking for a trimmed piece. Then we're looking for... You need to find the data. So it's a Nautilus shell. NAUTILUS_shell. The custom mold data is 1997-1. Alright, and then the second item we want, light of silk. String. And its mold number is 3. Now, do we want anything else with it? I don't think so. The only thing I, again, can think of is bone, but I don't think any of the bones really make sense. Yeah, no, that'll do. Alright, so after that, we look for triple armor _ turtle. Save. Do that function, call it turtle. And basically we're blacklisting all trim items and only looking for leather, chainmail, iron, golden, diamond, netherite, and the turtle helmets. Good. And then instead of leather trim, we call it turtle trim. Alright, one step to go. So then the pattern, which I've already forgotten, is turtle shell. Which makes total sense. Turtle shell, delete all the items that aren't the trimmed item. And we'll worry about the advancement in a second. Give me any random piece. Perfect. And protective plating. Yeah, so I definitely want the trim color to come off more. And the shells to be less all over. And I think the boots work the best, right? Full protective kicks. Maybe just carry the trim across the back there. But then we have the issue of like the chest piece. Legs aren't so bad. Nice protective back piece if necessary. The chest though, the shoulders I think to me look ugly. Be cool if you could delete portions of the armor with trim patterns. Make it transparent or invisible. But they stitch them on top. It doesn't override, unfortunately. And then the head. No, that's the wrong head. I delete by accident? I must, yeah. Creative inventory. Anyway, the crafting works, so now we have to do the advancement. So, probably just goes over ocean fletching. Although this, in essence, doesn't really need to be connected to ocean fletching. It can just be its own thing. Same with the armor. But, nice and easy, we copy the advancements. Here we go. Function, nope. Rune chant, advancements. Physical crafting. Turtle shield becomes turtle armor. We can fix both of them up at the same time. Make sure we have the unlock sets. Brute is fine, turtle armor is fine. Again, it's all looking good. So, what to call it though? Protective shell. Drop. I need probably the tooltip from the leather trimming. Drop a turtle shell. From spider silk. And a already trimmed. And already. Trimmed. Piece of armor. Well, I think what I say in here is different again. Whatever it is. Draw a piece of trimmed armor. Sort of. Onto a fletching table to what? Convert it to little trim. An already trimmed piece of armor onto a fletching table to convert it to a new turtle trim. Oh, I don't have to say new. Right, required 1 times turtle shell, 1 times spider silk, 1 times any trimmed armor piece. And the rare oddities tab contains relevant information. Yeah, so that's fine. And we can connect them all just to this working on a fletching table, I suppose. No, I'm looking for working, not tinkering. Leather working? Nope, that's working with leather. What is this advancement called? Drop fletching table? Yeah, drop fletching table. I suppose I could make them connected to one another. The armor should probably go first. Alright, and then I need to do the item. So we want to copy the turtle shell, which I've deleted. And I've relogged, apparently. When did I relog? That was weird. Sick of my inventory already. Oh, we got so quick before. There we are. Nautilus shell. And then we want the custom model data. 1997. 1. Alright, task. It's not hidden. It's not hidden. Should be fine. Yeah, there we go. So ultimate turtling and then protective shell. That's kind of fine. I just have to do the... No, these are backwards, aren't they? Wait, what? And the pictures are backwards. What did I do? I messed this up. I think we just swapped the descriptions around. Let's try that again. Don't mind the ordering, I don't mind the change in titles. The ultimate turtling, drop a turtle shell, spider silk, and an already trimmed piece, that's fine. And then drop 4 turtle shells and a shield onto a fletching table. Yeah, both of those are fine. And I think we already did the ability for the shield. 2, 3, 4. I'll take a second because I have to stack up. I remember. No, I did the stats. Yeah. So in your offhand, it gives mad stats. Makes you a nice turtle. I think the look sort of turned out well too. Gives you a ton of HP. I can't remember if it had a actual special ability. It was sprinting. Might just be stats. The armor's nice and simple. I'm just going to make it give every couple of seconds invincibility. I don't think we've done that with any other armor. Okay, so we need to do 3 more things before I can push this little one. Need to do the attributes on this. And the ability on the turtle armor. I don't really state what it does. It's fine. Because this does just say, yeah, further enhance its materials attributes. Material attributes? Material attributes, I think, is fine to say. Right, because they're stated... Yeah. Yeah, 3%, 3.6, 9... Also, I haven't tested the upper limits on attributes, which is probably something I should do for balancing on bosses and everything. I think all the language is consistent. I don't think there's anything else I've tweaked. Suppose we should check that the advancement gets granted, actually. Over here, and then I need spider. Definitely do that, in case it doesn't give me the achievement. No, but we got it. Good, good. Alright, and then I also do want to fix up the design. Okay, so enchant, functions, player. I haven't actually done one of these in a long while. Armor sets, patterns, right? Materials are the effects on the materials. Yeah, patterns. So we have to do turtle. That was a horrible, horrible one to copy. Need one that's static. Yeah, that'll do. So it should give a particle when you have a full set. Question is what particle to make it generate. At all. Also positioned kind of weirdly. And you go half a block up instead of at your body. Is that correct on all of them? No, some of them I go all the way up. It should be halfway. So you do item. You do bubbles. It kind of gives off, I guess, Nautilus as protection. It's kind of weird. What I think I want to do is go item, Minecraft. Hopefully I spelled that right. I think it was 3. Yeah. And just like a big burst whenever it gives invincibility. So I don't want it to be permanent. But I do want it to be decent. Go effect, give, add all. I think it should give permanent slowness, but every now and then it procs resistance for, I don't know, 3 seconds, 99. Right, so every now and then you get a flash of invincibility. So in the same vein, it should only trigger the particle effects at the same time. So it changes back to an impulse. Give it a button. This way we can see what it looks like. And increase the particles. Kind of alright. Guess it should be a little bit more all-encompassing. Destroy the button. No, there we go. I think that's going to be way too intense. Yeah. 3.5, maybe? 3.3. Let's keep halving it. Nope. Yeah, it's probably fine. Looks like I've also spaced these out in a timing sense, which I have. Which is annoying because I'm guessing I did that for the lag's sake. I suppose I can pick up where it left off. But I feel like doing a luck check instead on it. Still give it a timer sense. But if I make it 3 seconds, I can't give 3 seconds of invincibility because then you're always invincible if you have high enough luck. Do a 5-second timer. Let me look at what my timers are. So I have 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, 12 seconds. Every 12 seconds, so 25% of the time, you're invincible. I could also just make it give massive armor. I like the invincibility gimmick. You do every 8 seconds. Every 12 seconds for 3 seconds, you're invincible. Yeah, I think that's fine. But then yeah. Slowness? Slowness to go with it? Every 12 seconds, you get slowness 2 as well. And that way you can clear it after invincible. Or give 3 seconds. Problem is, I don't want to make it too jarring for the player. Right, if your FOV is constantly changing. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's the effects side of things done. I just need to add it into the armor check, which is a lot more convoluted than I remember. What am I doing? Should just be checking each slot. But then I check the materials as well. Turtle shell. I think I named the effect just turtle. I should really keep it in line to do turtle underscore shell. Four instances, perfect. Save all. Right, so if we make a full set of the armor, it should be working now. Hey, come on, work, please. Yep, slowness and resistance every 12 seconds. So, invincible for 25% of the time, but you also slow down. I think that's a decent enough effect. I forgot they're true on the slowness particles. Should I make it do something else? I think that's kind of in line with what all the other effects do. Nothing too insane. I can't remember if there was one that was super tanky. I think Ward was absorption. I think this is fine. It's actually a really cool armor set. Hey, Sanu. That I don't think I can make. I have to go down the rabbit hole. I definitely haven't done the advancement for it, which I probably should. I think if we grab out 2 piglins, we can attempt to find it. So we'll take off the armor. We want them to drop a gold piece. Should look like half a pig. Apparently we're not having much luck. I still have luck. Interesting, because we got all the other mob drops fairly quickly. I think it's because their pool is much larger than normal mobs. If we grab looting, that should increase the chance. Anvil. Drop your gold. Might have to separate it. Yeah, because we're definitely not getting it. basically, I'm looking for 2 pieces. Where are they? These 2. Which should drop from piglins and piglin brutes. Oh! There we are. Okay, so we got 1/2. See if the brutes drop theirs a bit quicker. I think actually I was spawning them and they were picking it up. Because I think it is gold. Yeah, it's a gold ingot. In hindsight, was not too smart. Should have made it raw gold. So they're definitely going to steal your loot. And you should be able to reforge it. With something. Now I have to dive into recipes. This is why I'm meant to add advancements. I know what I'm doing. Items crafting, deep safe furnace. Complete piglin gold. You need a blaze rod, that's what I'm missing. Do you need the special blaze rod? You do need a special blaze rod. Pretty sure though, I added this as... Yeah, I did. But I didn't add the recipe for true piglin gold. Nothing yet. It should look like a little core. Oh, there's one. They still feel a little too rare. And then that gets you piglin gold. I should really add to the advancements. I suppose it should go in here. Or I could add the tooltip to the true piglin gold. I don't know if this is hidden. That's actually an issue. Anyway, we take true piglin gold. We can then add a gas tendril and strider string to it. This is very convoluted. And this is going to be annoying. Please drop them straight away. Looking for something that looks like one of their tentacles. Nope. Definitely dropping lots of loot. Not having any luck. Oh, there's some. Make sure we have the inventory spots. It was a tendril. I think it was strider string. Which we got fairly quickly. So yeah, I'm not accounting for their loot table size, which is messing me up and making some drops much harder to get than others. Yeah, but we have that, we have that. Problem is there was branching crafting. So we can make this a little belt. Alright, so we get champion's belt. From that, you should be able to trim armor, if I can remember how. Is it just drop it onto armor? Recipes. We need a gold ingot. No, that's to make the piglin belt. Looking for the trim in my little table. Okay, yeah, so we should just be able to take a trimmed piece of armor and drop the 2. We get ourselves champion. Look at that. Thanks. Tony Shakur? But that's an issue. Am I looking for a full set? It should have its own effects. It's sprinting? Shifting? Player... armor sets. Probably didn't add it to the set check, actually. I just added the effect in. I was only halfway through. So it should have a shift effect from the looks of it. On TP, entity, or... No, knock stuff away. Piglin. I have no idea what I typed out there. Should only be able to upgrade legs. Execute if the slot 101, 100, 101, 102, 103. Yeah, that's correct. Piglin belts. If 102 has an elytra. Apparently there's something that happens if I have an elytra. Weird. No, that doesn't make sense. Well then, if Piglin belt, unless data storage, inventory slots. Yeah, that's confusing the hell out of me. Even work as a function. Yeah, it's so much junk. Conserve the stuff I want. Need to add these to the crafting. There's something else we just did that I need to add to the crafting? I think it was just the Piglin belt. And I got rid of the one I was wearing. Tag, trim, pattern, Piglin belts. Let's remake it. Champions belts. Redstone, give me any pattern, any legs. One, two. Alright, we get champions belts. Looks fancy, as it should. Then all we're doing, well actually, okay. Start off. Data get NCE type equals item. Sort equals nearest, limits equals 1. It is called Piglin belt. That's fine. Executing if the slot is pattern. Apparently I have it set to only run if you have an elytra. And if you have an elytra, if you come in contact with an enemy, you should have something. Nope. Yeah, so this is broken. Broken because it doesn't exist. No, it does exist. When in doubt, add say hi to stuff. Yeah, so it's not triggering. I don't have the pants on. But even with the pants on, it's not triggering. Did I destroy the set check? Is that why? Nope. Has to be a typo in it somewhere. See if this makes it work. Oh, we still don't get the high. That must mean I am maybe checking if the player has full armor somewhere. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay, in which case we bypass it and add it in. They've all that. It should work now. Basically, if we run into a husk. Yeah, it does cramming damage. We should be able to knock it back. Yeah. So as long as you have the piglin belt on, you can ram stuff. You gain speed, haste, and strength off of it. Just a novelty item. But I do like the idea that you can't cover it. So I was checking if the player had an elytra or didn't have anything. But also kind of like to add a ground pound to it. That'd be cool. Anyway, stuff to do. Well, I should probably jot down time. So I need to add the crafting recipes for the true gold. And I also want to add a tooltip for the boss summon. Which actually, we should see if that works. Metagreedy, that is not how you spell greedy. Should be able to just grab out piglins. Get exactly which one you have to drop it nearby. I meant to check if you have it? I think so. Maybe that doesn't work completely. Functions, mob, spawning. Right, item check. There's a piglin brute within 3. Yeah, but that's not quite working. $1974, gold ingots. Yeah, that's working. And summons the boss. Apparently KOs you straight away. I think he's meant to delete the piglins. The question is, why did it not summon off the piglin? Where am I going? Because this is apparently not where I was. Yeah. That's interesting. I remember the rocky shore. Great, now I've lost my spawn. And there's no entity found. It's not near here? Doesn't make sense either. Should have been right near spawn. Ah, there we go. I went the wrong way. The summon works. What is it? Destroys the item. And summons a piglin, yeah. Just didn't like being near piglin brutes, apparently. Plus, we tried the other one, that worked. And if we just do this, should work. So I should make you immune to the nether. Well, your abilities should still work even if you're zombified. Well, maybe not if I'm looking directly for a piglin brute. Yeah, because the HP bar's gone away. So I need to spawn him in being immune. What is he called? Piglin brutes. We want decorate pots. I need the immune tag, which I don't know off by heart. He's immune to zombification. There we go. Alright, so if we summon him back in. Just curious why the item didn't trigger him. Yeah, so you work. If entity at a Minecraft type. Yeah, piglin brute. Actually, it works if it's either piglin brute. Yeah, you just gotta work at it slowly. And I've lost the guy. Oh, there he is. I mean, I've been working on this pack for a fair while. I guess the distance of 3 blocks might be an issue. I do want to see, though. What's your data look like if you have the item? Go that quick. Thank you. Does it go straight to your hand? You have like admire? It goes into your hand. That's interesting. So if you have your hands full... Not always goes to your hand. Say, bar chat decky? Okay, so I need to add the advancement for crafting the gold. I can probably just tack onto the furnace. Yeah, it'd be a 4th row, which I don't really like. I can't remember if that's hidden. If that's hidden, then that's an issue. Not hidden, we could add the advancement in there. Collection log. Get what's called though. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Gold ingot completed. It is hidden. So I guess I just added in off of this branch. Or I can add it to this branch. Make this 3. If it was just putting the 2 pieces in the deep slate furnace, then you could probably take a guess at it, because you have to throw the blaze core as well. Or make it a hidden advancements. I need to fix typos in the pack as well. Alright, but I need to make a list of stuff to do. So, advancements. Need to do one for the true gold. Need to do one for the champions belts crafting. Need to fix up the boss spawn because it's not working for some reason. So that one did, so that makes me think it's just the range they don't work on. Make it A blocks by brute. Then I could also test the pig, and I could just make it a brute. You have to drop it near a brute. Because it should trigger the boss before the other guy summons. Let's just try it again. Over the brutes, over the belts. Oh, that's the wrong way. As soon as it's in 3 blocks, it should be working. If data storage, they're all correct. The only thing I can think is that I've messed up the tag on it. But I don't see how I could have. It's a gold ingot, that's fine. Tag, custom model data, 1997 4. Done. If entity at E piglin brutes, distance 3 blocks. Run the function. I already know the function works because we tried it. Alright, we'll make it 8 blocks and see if that does it. I know the others work completely fine. Just because you're in the overworld? Executes in the nether. Oh, cool. There's an air pocket. Doesn't matter. No, so it still doesn't work. Rune chance, item ID, that's fine. Tag, custom all data. I mean, all the wording was correct. Piglin brute, distance. Guess we wait for a second and see. Because it has the other display data, maybe? That usually doesn't matter. I mean, the simple fact is I can go to the overworld. You can make some of the other stuff that's the wrong way. Interesting. Let's do this. I have no idea where I am. You make the other items and they work fine. Roll that, roll that, roll that. Locate myself a ancient city. Actually, I could have just done it right where I was. So I just need a warden. Interesting. Wonder why it put me so high. But if there's a warden, we do that. That boss works. Weirdly. Weird. Apparently it's burning. Yeah. I don't know why the piglin one isn't working then. Because they use the exact same string of information. There has to be a typo in there that I don't see. Anyway, I've got my list of stuff to do. I will work on that. other than that, I guess I'm done for the day. That's everything I meant to add, but we did uncover some issues. It's never good. Hopefully they're not too hard to fix. And the main thing is adding in the pages of information to the advancement tab. Even like the turtle armor. Should probably add in information to it. Alright, so, sorry, I need to finish my to-do list. For the 2 advancements, I need to do the attributes, the half/full plating. Need to test the boss summons, because apparently they don't work. Mainly the piglin. I'm typing horribly. I should test the other ones while I'm at it. The new works. There's nothing else to craft that was an issue, just the piglin gold. Trimming works. We got the champion's belt, that'll work, so that's fine. I think that's it. Right, and I do also want to get, God, this one's gonna be annoying. A glossary of the crystals, because there are a ton of them, and their abilities. That is something for much later, maybe. Because I made so many abilities. Anything else to think of or do? I think that's fine. I think I should be able to get that done tomorrow. Yeah. Alright. Yeah.